This is our first rodeo.
This one we tear this
You
up.
can
We do
rip
like
it up. Yeah. Get aggressive with it. Yeah. Because I know everyone hates liners, so you're all done with them now.
So rock star move.
You better pick that up. We don't like littering.
Yeah, we don't like littering. Come on, we're in the Northwest.
Are we ready? Here we go. Click 98.9 Modern Hit Music. Hi, it's Megan hanging out with Priory. I've got Brandon and Kyle here. I feel like the luckiest girl alive right now. Welcome,
hey, Megan.
guys.
How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Really good. Now, we were just talking a minute ago. You used to live in Seattle. And
Yes.
how long has it been since you've lived here?
It's a long time.
It's been a long time.
I think it's 8 years.
Oh my goodness.
6
Not
years.
even, because it was before we started playing music, right? Oh, no. That's
No,
right.
it was in between.
Yeah, it's about 8.
In between.
All right. Well, you guys have been friends for a long time. That's what I understand. Do you
Yes.
remember how you met one another, what that story is?
We did. The Portland music scene is really small, and we met at shows. I think it was a Pretty Girls Make Grave show, and we had some beers and kicked it off.
Shout out.
Shout out Pretty Girls Make Graves. Old buddies. And then we ended up just broing down and became friends. And I had randomly moved into this bachelor pad, which was dilapidated and disgusting. It had 10 to 11 people living in it at any given time. I'm not kidding. So
It's
unusable
gross.
bathroom, unusable kitchen area, but it was cheap rent. So I at that time I'd been collecting music gear and whatnot. And Kyle.
Yeah, I pulled up. I had a little knapsack. I guess that's what you call them. On my back, and Brandon was outside. I was like, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" He's like, "I live here." I was like, "Me too," with these 11 other people, and that's when we first started playing music.
And because you moved into the same house, you became roommates.
Yeah.
Now, which one was the messier roommate?
Probably me. Brandon's
think?
pretty clean. Yeah.
He didn't want to
Actually,
say
not
it,
probably.
but he did the head
Definitely.
tilt.
It was definitely me.
Yeah, it was definitely you, without a doubt.
I mean, it was hard to stay clean in that place just because it was so filthy. But Kyle's room was literally partitioned by sheets.
I had
it was
sheets.
an extension of the washer, like the washroom downstairs.
It was not a room.
It wasn't a room.
Yeah, I slept with the washer and dryer.
You pretended like it was a fort, though. You know what I mean? It's like a
Yeah.
pillow fort. You make the most of it.
So like neither of us had ever. We didn't have cars at that time, but we had a ton of music gear, and so we immediately hit it off. And I remember the first time we sat down, it was like the second or third day Kyle had moved in and played some acoustic guitar, and we wrote the foundation of like 2 songs, like immediately.
Automatically,
it just worked,
yeah.
and we're like, oh my gosh, well, this makes sense, and we just kept at it.
And that was 2011-ish, 2010-ish.
But this is
Oh, it was early.
before
Oh,
that.
way before that.
Yeah,
It was
and then
way
we
before
reconnected and started writing.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
I went off to college in Oklahoma to become a blacksmith farrier, a horseshoer.
Are you being serious right
Dead
now?
serious.
You're
I was
not
a
pulling my
journeyman-
leg.
No, I'm dead
You
serious.
were gonna do like
Pulling
fit
your hair.
horseshoes on
You're right.
horses.
I was a journeyman. I was a journeyman horseshoer for years in Clark County, and I did session work on the side. And Kyle lived here in Seattle. That
Yeah.
was the same time.
I worked in a nonprofit.
You don't hear stories like that every day, that's for sure. I mean, how many people go to school to learn how to fit horseshoes on a horse?
I mean, a lot in the South.
Okay.
In the Northwest, less.
Less than that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I was reading recently that one of you shattered a rib last month.
It was Brandon.
It was
Yeah.
Brandon. What, I mean, what were you doing?
It was the last. It was the last gig of the tour with the Kooks.
Oh, I love 90s.
And I do too.
They're
Yeah,
great.
super sweet guys.
Friends now.
And so they called us on stage, and I come out on stage, and I'm from like a hardcore punk rock background, so I stage dive, and it just felt like the natural thing to do. So I run up to the front of the stage, and I just do one of these.
And remember their crowd. Remember what the crowd's like.
Younger.
15-year-old
Yeah,
girls.
young.
Like
Yeah.
little kids, and they're like, "Yay!" And they're like, "I'm like, you're gonna catch me, right?" And they're like, "Yay!" And I go jumping, and they part like the Red Sea. And it was one of those stages where there's like an 8-foot gap between you and the audience to begin with, and it's kind of high up. So it was just, I landed on my rib, and immediately I knew I had done something bad.
Yeah.
But I just jumped up and started hanging out with the kids because
Like
they
a
were all
pro.
They're
He's
all
like
around there, and
selfie. He's doing the selfie
Yeah.
game like in the. And I was like,
I was like out of breath.
It
I was,
looked-
like,
Yeah,
the
you
wind
can't
was
let
knocked
them
out of me. I'm
see.
like,
I was on stage because I watched him jump, and it looked like they were gonna catch him. I was like, oh, they are gonna catch him, and the last minute fingernails move.
Oh, no.
But
Bunch of blue fingernails.
I went
Out
out
of
the
the
next. It was funny because the next day I literally like stage dove again because I didn't think it was broke. I thought it was just bruised. And then I'm like right around the crowd. I'm like, oh, this is not right.
No.
And then so I went to the doctor and he's like, oh yeah, you shattered it. And it's like in the lower portion of the rib. But I mean, I'm fine now.
There's a guy in the
We'll get
audience
through it.
just poking you.
We've been out for 2
The
solid
whole-
months, so that's plenty of time for
Right.
the rib to heal.
You've healed and
little
you've learned a
bruised.
lesson.
And I learned a lesson. Just don't trust your life to 14-year-old girls.
When it's 14-year-old girls, there are no certainties.
There's no certainty.
No.
No guarantees.
So tell us about the EP and what's coming up for you guys and what we have to look forward to.
Well, we've been doing a tour for the last 2 months in promotion for the new EP, and we're having a blast. We're in a bus with our best friends touring around the country and having the time of our lives. New scenery every day, and it's cool. So, yeah, I mean, the goal is to stay on the road, to keep touring.
Yeah, we'll be on tour for the rest of our lives.
For the rest of your
Yes.
lives.
If everything goes right.
But the album comes out in March. The full-length album comes out in March, and we're real excited about that.
And tell us the title of the album. Can you do that?
Need to Know.
Need to Know.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's Need to Know.
And it's also the scariest song for us to play live.
It's a very hard song.
It's one of the hardest songs I've ever played live in my life, and so we've yet to do it.
You haven't played Need to Know live yet?
And it's the
We're waiting
title
for the
track of the
album.
new album.
Oh.
We're waiting. We're saving it.
It's a little,
But it's
a
an
little
incredibly
nugget.
challenging song.
Because they just played a performance a few minutes ago, so I didn't even get to hear it. And now I feel a little bit bummed out. Now I feel like I demand a redo.
Next time, I promise.
Next time. That's recorded. There are no takebacks.
No takebacks.
Next
You're gonna
time
play it
Priory
for
is
us.
here.
Next
Yes.
time.
The
Yeah,
album
okay.
comes
All
out, it's gonna
right.
be a
All
totally
right. All right.
different
We'll
name,
deal.
and that
We'll
song's gonna
pinky promise
disappear.
on that.
Look at this.
There we go. It's official. The pinky promise means it's very official. So this is Priory, Brandon, and Kyle. They're playing at Barboza tonight. By the time you see this, it'll probably be too late for that show. But
Already-
we're glad you guys are here
We'll
in
be back
Seattle.
soon,
We'll be back.
Promise.
Yes.
We'll be back. I think we'll be back in the next 2 or 3 months.
Perfect.
Emerald City.
Thanks so much, guys.
Love you guys.